You want us to break up? Fin. Let's just say that my soon-to-be mother-in-law is the kind of person who believes she should have a say in how my fiancé and I manage our relationship. Even though we're both perfectly happy and functioning well, she simply doesn't approve of our modern arrangement. My fiancé brings in around 70% of our combined income, but does about 30% of the chores, and I do the rest. She's convinced I should be doing every single household task. Never mind that I have a job, which she calls a small part-time gig. She insists I shouldn't let interfere with my duties. My fiancé firmly disagrees with her, of course. The problem is, going low contact with her is tricky. My fiancé's father lives with her, and I've gotten pretty close to his brother's wife. We don't want to cut ourselves off from them just because she's difficult. So a little team consisting of me, my fiancé, his brother, and my sister-in-law, decided on a plan to teach her a lesson. Basically, we engineered a breakup, me storming out dramatically, to give her a taste of the actual consequences of her constant nagging. It all went down at a New Year's gathering when she commented for about the millionth time that my fiancé needed a traditional wife who'd do all the chores without complaint. Right then, I looked at her and said, "You know what? You're absolutely right." I turned to my fiancé, announced we were done, and marched away in fake heartbreak. My brother-in-law and his wife egged on the drama by insinuating that maybe she was racist, which I had no clue they were going to do, but apparently they wanted to up the ante. She started backtracking, saying she didn't really mean it. My fiancé put on an Oscar-worthy performance, frantically begging me not to leave him. This left her in a panic. I made a big show of grabbing my things, walking out, and going radio silent. My fiancé then packed up some stuff and moved back in with her, under the guise that he was too distraught to live in our apartment alone. But while at her place, he proceeded to demand she fill the role I normally do: cooking, ironing his clothes, helping him with daily tasks, especially the kind of things I usually do to make his life easier. He told her outright that since she drove me away, she had to pick up the slacko. Just 8 days passed, but it felt like an eternity for her. She called me non-stop, left voicemails, texts, everything. I ignored her. Finally, she showed up at my workplace, looking ready to apologize profusely. And she did. Full waterworks, heartfelt remorse, plus a confession that floored me. She said she assumed I loved him so much I'd tolerate her constant interference. Basically, that I wouldn't push back. She was just pestering me on purpose so I'd do more chores for him, thinking it would free him up to relax and maybe give her more of his time. She insisted she never imagined I'd actually leave, but now she'd realized how badly she'd messed up. And to top it all off, she called her own son lazy. She said, "He is so lazy. If he's left to his own devices, nothing gets done," which is ironic because she wanted me to wait on him hand and foot. I put on a show of reluctantly agreeing to give him another chance with the condition that she butt out. The very next day, she sent me a big gift basket of C's candy, which is basically a universal apology in our family. According to my fiancé, once he got settled at her house, he decided to double down on the neediness after about the second day, because he actually missed me a lot, and also wanted to nudge her into an apology sooner rather than later. So he asked her for everything: laundry, cooking, help with his crossword puzzles. By that point, she was desperate to wave the white flag. When the dust settled, we revealed the truth. We were never really broken up. Now I've got a mother-in-law who, at least for the foreseeable future, will think twice before telling me my job is just a part-time gig, or that I'm not doing enough around the house. It might not fix all our issues permanently, but at least she's seen the consequences of her meddling. Maybe she'll finally let us live without her constant disapproval, and I've got a basket of candy to show for it.